Good afternoon, students. Hope everyone is fine. So today we are going to start the first chapter, that is the living world. So before starting the chapter, I just want to know actually what do you mean by biology? Okay, biology means what? Bio means life, and logos means study, and biology as a whole it means study of life. All right. As the chapter name is living world, and we all know that world is full of living organism, but in our world it doesn't mean that we only have the living organisms, we also have the non-living organism. But to differentiate between the living organism and the non-living organism, there should be some characters or some features. But since in this chapter the chapter name is the living world, we will learn in detail about the living organisms and their characters. There are mainly 5 characters of living. Number 1, growth. Number 2, reproduction. Number 3, metabolism. Number 4, cellular organization. Number 5, consciousness. But before learning these characters in detail, we should know what is non-defining features and what is defining features. Defining features is that where there are no exceptions, and non-defining features are those where there are exceptions. So the growth, reproductions are the non-defining features, and the metabolism, cellular organization, consciousness are the defining features. Now let's see what is growth. Growth is increase in mass or increase in overall size of a tissue. Increase in mass and increase in number of cells are the twin characters of growth. Growth are of two types: indeterminate growth and determinate growth. Indeterminate growth means unlimited growth, and here यहाँ पे कुछ स्पेसिफिक टाइम पीरियड नहीं होता है ग्रोथ के लिए, ये ग्रोथ कंटिन्यू होता रहता है. एग्जाम्पल प्लांट्स. Determinate growth is a limited growth. Example animals. Other two types of growth is localized and diffused. Localized means from the name only we can come to know that localized means growth occurs from a particular place, and here the example is plants. That means where the activity of meristematic cells takes place in plants, from there the growth occurs. And diffuse growth means overall growth. In animals we can see the diffuse growth. The other two types of growth is intrinsic and extrinsic. Intrinsic means internal growth and extrinsic means external growth. The details of the growth I have given in the further slide. I have just written some lines here so that it will be very much easy for all of you to understand also about the types of the growth. Here the two types, that is intrinsic growth and extrinsic growth. Intrinsic growth, this growth is from inside of the body of living organism, and extrinsic growth, this growth is from outside, that is accumulation of materials on any body surface. Non-living exhibit this type of growth, and these two types already I have discussed earlier. Indeterminate growth, that is unlimited growth, and determinate growth, that is limited growth. I have written the line so that it will be easy for you all to understand. Yeah, this is very important. Unicellular organism and multicellular organism. The growth and reproductions in unicellular organisms are not different even, they are same. Because what happened in growth, the number of cell only increase, and in reproduction also number of cell increase. So ultimately they are same or synonyms. But in case of multicellular organisms, the growth and reproductions are not same. Why? Because the growth means what? In growth in multicellular organism means mass increases, and reproductions mean what happen? They produce similar features of their own progeny. Okay, so we can say that in multicellular organism the growth and reproductions are different, and in case of unicellular organism the growth and reproductions are considered as same or synonyms. Another important features of living is reproduction. What is reproduction? Reproductions means productions of new individuals, and reproduction we can see in both multicellular organism also and unicellular organism also. In multicellular organism what happened? Here we have seen the productions of progeny possessing more or less similar characters of their parents. And in case of unicellular organism like bacteria, unicellular algae, that is cyanobacteria or amobia, here only increase in number of cells. So here we can say that unicellular organisms in unicellular organism the growth and reproduction is the same. As you have mentioned earlier that reproduction is a non-defining features of living organism. Okay, do you know what is moles? Moles is what? Moles is a cross of horse and donkey. Okay, so they don't have the capacity to reproduce, and the worker bees, they also can't reproduce. We will deal the worker bees in details in haploid and diploid chapter, but for the timing you have to know the examples of that why reproduction is a non-defining features of living organism. All right, now about the types of reproduction. We all know that there are two types of reproduction. One is asexual mode of reproductions and one is sexual mode of reproduction. We just have to know actually what is asexual and what is sexual reproductions. Okay, we need not to learn in detail. So asexual mode of reproduction is what? Asexual mode of reproductions, here what happen? Gametic fusion or fertilization. Fertilization means fusion of males and female gamete, and meiosis are not involved. Okay, and there are methods also, many methods also of asexual reproductions, like by asexual reproduction is done by asexual spores also, and it can be seen in algae and fungi. By budding also it can be seen in yeast and hydra. By fragmentation also it can be seen in the filamentous algae, fungi and the protonema of most plant. Number 4, that is true regeneration. True regeneration matlab what happened here? Fragmented organism regenerate the loss of its body and become a new organism. I think you have seen the leisure. Sometimes what happened? The leisure tails has been what happened? Lost. That means it has been cut. But later it again the lost part of the body is repaired or regained. Okay, and similarly we can see this in starfish also. Sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is what? Here gametes are formed by meiosis and fertilization also takes place to form progeny. Okay, we all know that the chemical reactions occurs in a living organism. Okay, now what is metabolism? Metabolism is the sum total of all the chemical reactions. I am repeating, sum total of all the chemical reaction. It doesn't mean that 1 or 2 or 3 chemical reactions. It is the sum total of all the chemical reactions occurring in our body. And all living organisms, that is both unicellular and multicellular, exhibit metabolism. No non-living object shows metabolism. So metabolism is a defining character of living organism because it has no exceptions. Okay, most of the chemical or metabolic reactions occurring in our body we can demonstrate in vitro condition also, matlab in laboratory also we can demonstrate them. Okay, if we take out an isolated metabolic reactions, one isolated metabolic reactions outside the body of an organism, and we will perform in the laboratory in a test tube, what happen? It will be considered, this reaction will be considered as neither living nor non-living. Okay, these isolated reactions cannot be regarded as living thing, but definitely it can be considered as living reactions because they are similar to the reactions that has been performing in our body. So we can conclude that we should not forget the fact that metabolism is the total sum of all the chemical reactions performing in our body. It is not the sum of few or more living reactions. Okay, then today we have learned about growth, reproductions, metabolism. Okay, and note down everything in your copy whatever we have learned today, and tomorrow we will continue about the next characters of living, whatever is left. Okay, so till then take care of yourself and see you all tomorrow. Then bye bye.